Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Movies Are Real for the month of November 2K22, a podcast that is mildly timely in my neighborhood, in my podcast feed. It's more likely than you think. Hello there, I'm George. I'm here with Ryan Lance.
That's me.
How do you feel about this timely podcast?
I think we're on time for the holiday season.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Carrie, how are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. Ready for some content.
This is the podcast where we talk about the movies of the month prior, and this time we're actually mildly timely, which is great. It isn't because things might get busier than even they usually are in our lives, specifically me. Because I'd be leaving the country. The movie cops have finally caught on to me.
Oh, no. They heard you dissing James Cameron's Avatar, The Way of the Water.
I think I'm gonna.
We cannot have you in this country.
I'm thinking about
this drops.
Thinking about becoming a fake bandwagon Avatar guy. Like I was like, I always loved Avatar. I always loved James Cameron. I do like James Cameron.
I can't.
The buzz is good, Ryan.
The buzz is good, but I'm ready to sit there and be like, No, I don't like blue people. Mighty.
That's Ryan's approach to every movie.
Yeah, it's true.
This podcast is our fortress. And with that being said, weird, though, Al Yankovic Story is the first movie of November. A Roku original motion picture, folks. Yeah. I have not been able to catch this. What? This is the weird Al Yankovic biopic. Is it actually a biopic or is it a goof time with Daniel Radcliffe?
Some of it probably happened.
Okay, some of it probably happened. Okay.
He did have an accordion at some point.
yeah.
All right, did you both watch this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched this the moment I could. I was very excited.
All right, who wants to start with this one?
I guess I can. So it begins with young Weird Al Yankovic. Just Al Yankovic at that point, and he's going to school, and his parents are like, "Listen, you're too weird. You need to just be normal and cool." And he's like, "No, I want to go do polka." And they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe we failed our son like this." And he's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna go do my own thing." And then he does, and he becomes literally the biggest musical star on the planet.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit. So
it's a little exaggerated.
A little exaggerated. Okay.
Little exaggerated. Yeah. It does all the biopic stuff. My favorite is, in every biopic, it's always they're writing the hit song and it feels like an accident. And this one, him and his college roommates, who are all nameless people basically. They're listening to My Sharona, you should write parody songs. And he's like, yeah, maybe, if only I could think of something. And then it gets stuck on My Sharona, and he's looking at a thing of bologna. He's like, wait a minute. And then he sings My Bologna, and then everyone stands up and they're like, oh my god, this changes everything. And the best part of this movie is whenever he does a new parody song, that is literally the reaction to everyone is this changes everything, and it's never not funny.
That sounds great.
It's really funny.
It's amazing. Yes. Anything you want to add to that, Carrie?
It's in the vein of parodying, obviously it's its thing, but it parodies other musical biopic movies, and it's always funny. It's just every step that you're expecting, and then him taking some grand leaps in his own story, and also Daniel Radcliffe looking the most cut I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, no,
Daniel Radcliffe look. And I was like, yeah, of course, I'm sure this is
yeah, this is very authentic how Al Yankovic looked
so
in the 80s.
Is it not very long then, or is it because biopics are usually long as hell, and if this is a goof,
feel very long.
It's probably just 100 minutes. I would assume.
That sounds great.
My other favorite little bit is who's the mob guy? Who's the drug lord guy?
I can never remember his name.
But there's this famous drug empire guy, who's I want Al to play at my birthday party, and you just hear all these almost we need you to play at the birthday party. But then, when he shows up,
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, Pablo Escobar. But then when he shows up, it's a bunch of dudes at a table that has little happy birthday thing, and there's a little cake, and he's like, oh, thank you, Al, for showing up to my birthday party. It's so stupid.
How does it end?
You gotta watch.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I feel like if the movie ended the way it says it ended, I would have heard about that.
I just realized when I asked that, I was like, most of these music biopic movies are like once the performer has passed away. We're Al Yankovic, somebody who's still with us. So, all right.
The end of this movie is great, and we'll have you asking, wait a minute. I am really not sure about that.
Right.
But yeah, it's great. Rachel Evan Wood plays Madonna. And that's very good. Very funny take on Madonna.
Very accurate.
Very accurate to what I
Everything definitely happened.
Everything definitely happened. And then there is a sequence at like a party with like a bunch of celebrities.
Bunch of like counterculture weird ass.
Yes, people like counterculture celebrities like playing other counterculture celebrities. There is like one of the Only Island guys plays Pee Wee Herman. Conan O'Brien plays
Andy Warhol.
Just a lot of weird stuff. And then someone plays one of the guys from Queen.
Oh, he plays fucking John Deacon.
Yeah, he's like, it's me, John Deacon. The party's like, from Queen? Oh, which is very, very good. Very, very good. I would highly recommend this movie.
All right.
I hope there's a physical because I do not want to.
Right. If you wanted this movie just lost forever on Roku.
When someone accidentally turns off the Roku server,
we lose weird
to
and
plug in their microwave up in the office. Like, oh no,
my bologna.
we lose weird and all the Quibi originals.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I'm glad that turned out all right. That's weird. The Al Yankovic story. Next movie here. Next Exit. I don't know. Oh, I know it's the Rahul Kohli movie. I haven't seen the trailer for this, but I know I've seen.
Was this just an on-demand movie, Carrie?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't see it anywhere, but I rented it online and I watched it. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
I liked it.
What's the setup here?
It's we talked about it a little bit last episode, but basically we're in a future where ghosts have been confirmed to be real. So there's this facility, which is led by Karen Gillan, where they offer to end your life so you can go on into your ghost existence because they have deemed that our current existence as physical form beings is probably limited compared to what we could have as a ghost. And so then there's disagreements all over the country of whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, and it's not like fully proven yet, but people still want to do it. And so our main characters are Rahul Kohli and this other girl who happenstance are both trying to get to this facility. They don't know each other, and she's very untrusting and he's got baggage, and they're both just trying to get to this facility. And the movie focuses on them kind of getting to know each other on the road on their way to this facility. And I thought it was really good. It hit me a lot harder than I expected it to. It was very emotional and it was very cool. And Rahul Kohli is a fucking superstar. He was so good in this movie.
I saw him posting about it, and then I saw the poster is cool. And that's
a good poster. It makes me think of the Decision to Leave poster, because I watched it like right after I watched Decision to Leave, and I was like, oh wait, this looks weird. Just on my Letterboxd, I had two movies that look very similar.
Is this director at all related to the Daniel Elfman? Mali Elfman?
Maybe.
They don't have any information on their Letterboxd, so who knows? Okay.
That would be fun.
Okay.
But yeah, I would recommend this movie if you're looking for something a little more.
It's not very long.
Not very long, a little more somber, a little more introspective.
1 hour 40 minutes. Wow, what a great time to be alive. 2 1 hour and 40-minute movies.
She is related to the Danny Elfman.
Nice. That's how you know it's good.
Look at that.
Okay. Well, there you go. Next Exit.
Yeah, more families in Hollywood just taking over. Can't believe it.
How much was this rental, Carrie?
It was like $6, I think.
Okay. That's pretty good then.
Not too pricey.
All right. Well, that's Next Exit. I am currently on a vacation. I told myself I'm going to watch more movies, but we'll see. I'll do my best. This is a side tangent from the podcast. Sorry, folks. I need to rewatch The Batman. I told myself I need to rewatch it because I'm sure that's going to come up at the best of discussions. And I have forgotten a lot of my thoughts on that movie other than there's Little Caesars advertisements in that movie. Yeah. Anyways. Moving on, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, directed by Ryan Coogler. A movie I thought would not fucking exist about 3 months ago because it was a whole bunch of nonsense going on with the production of that. A lot of the complications due to our star here in Letitia Wright.
It's crazy, like, with all like everything this movie went through, and then it came out, and it's one of the longest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, speaking of, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, breaking the 1 hour and 40-minute good time we were having.
Yeah.
So real quick, I need to look up how much. Actually, Ryan, can you look up how much money has Black Panther Wakanda Forever made so far?
I can look that up if you want to give us a rundown on this movie.
So obviously, this is the follow up to Black Panther. Well, not even follow up to like everything that's happened in the MCU. So
and some stuff we just don't see in the movie.
Yeah, and also that. So this movie has had a lot to live up to, which was one, the sequel to Black Panther, which was a huge ass fucking movie, a lot of money made. 735 million worldwide so far, which is pretty fucking good, but not as good as Black Panther 1, which was a fucking massive movie. So that was one thing it had to live up to. It has to live up to the fact that Chadwick Boseman has passed away, and so the movie had to also be like a tribute movie. It had to overcome the fact that Letitia Wright is a weird anti-vax crazy person who made life on set hell for her coworkers who are trying to follow COVID protocols in order to get a movie done. And also had to go through a bunch of rewrites and post the pandemic. So there's a lot of things this movie had to. It could have been a disaster, and the end movie is kind of fine.
Yeah,
I think
that's really the best. I think it could have been.
It's kind of fine. I think it's probably the most written Marvel movie. It's probably the most
somber.
It's the most sad.
Yeah, just tonally.
It's also the one with probably the best acting. Angela Bassett's pretty good.
Angela Bassett is very good, but that's.
I'm not saying it's incredible acting. I'm saying it's pretty good, better than the usual Marvel movie acting.
It's probably on par with Tony Liu.
Yeah, yes, in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie, and I think we're on the same wavelength about this, Ryan, is like Letitia Wright is now carrying this whole movie, and weird anti-vax stuff aside.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Is I was trying so hard to disconnect that from the movie because that's not fair to everyone else in this movie. But the main thing for me is like Black Panther, the first one had a lot of really cool supporting characters that could have taken up the main role M'Baku with
M'Baku's great.
Duke, Lupita Nyong'o's character.
Who's great in this? My God, Lupita Nyong'o. I tell you what, I forget how fucking good she is.
Yes.
And she's incredible in this movie. Her Spanish, unbelievable.
Oh,
perfect.
Seal of
I was
approval?
Whoa. There's a moment in this movie where she speaks Spanish, and it is perfect.
And then I can't remember Okoye Danny.
Gurira?
Yeah, I can never remember her last
but also
name.
Okoye is great.
Yes, she's great. But then, even before all this Letitia Wright stuff, Shuri was just never that interesting of a character to me, I felt.
What are those? What are those?
Oh, yeah, what are those? You were pointing out, I was like, am I wearing something weird? That's not very good.
We gotta stop the show right now.
Brian, why are you wearing Crocs? It's 12 degrees outside. But yeah, her character just never was that interesting. She just felt like the silly, fun sister cracking jokes, being and scientists.
Also, the Q to Black Panther, the person who makes the Lucius Fox, the person who makes the tech.
But and never a fighter, and never a leader. And then she's the leader, and it doesn't, and it also never feels like she wants to be.
Yeah,
that
it doesn't feel
role
like
in the
it.
Movie.
Yeah.
But then she has to, and then when she does become the Black Panther, it's just
spoilers.
I guess.
Yeah, it's all in the marketing
it's
now.
All in the marketing now. And then when she does, it's okay, and then she just wins the big thing. But then also just I felt even visually she's a very small person.
Yeah,
she's short and slender, and with that Black Panther suit on, she seems even smaller. So you have this tiny little cat going after Namor.
Yeah.
Who's like this jacked man.
He's not super jacked, which I love. He's like bulky, but he's not like ripped.
Yeah.
Like he's a really strong man, but also he looked like, he's just hanging out.
Yeah.
I like that.
It just felt very like, this isn't very like...
So my thing...
It doesn't feel... It's like, okay.
So my whole thing,
Whatever.
Black Panther, the fact that she's the Black Panther aside, she doesn't become the Black Panther to the last 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and the rest of it, I just don't think she has... And again, difference of opinion, because I'm sure this is sort of a hot take that we're giving here, but we're on the same wavelength. I just don't think she has the charisma to be the leader of the movie. I don't think she's got the energy. Like, I just think she had the screen presence. Again, and it's hard. It's completely unfair to compare... her performance to Chadwick Boseman, like who's passed away, and it's just like he's become mythical. His performance is like legendary now, but there's just really is like an energy that is missing with her. Like I just wasn't, and also again, I was not convinced that she was going to be the Black Panther. Like the whole movie does not set you up to the point where she becomes the Black Panther. Because it's like I could be anyone. I don't know.
And it makes sense for it.
And when it doesn't work at first, you're like, oh, okay, it wasn't her. It was going to be someone else. And then no. And
hopefully Winston walks in like, I'll take it. Don't worry, guys. It's like, oh, thank God.
So yeah.
But then like it also like not to go too much into like the end. But then like the way it ends, it also feels like, we made this character Black Panther and now we're immediately going to step away from that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because, like...
They gave themselves an out.
They gave themselves an out to, like, basically recast the character without recasting the character, which is very funny. Should I spoil it for Carrie Letter?
Carrie, yeah, if you don't want spoilers for the Black Panther Wakanda Forever, tune out for the next minute and 30 seconds.
So, in the post-credit scene, Carrie, it's revealed that Lupita Nyong'o, who, had, like, a thing with Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, they had a son together for like years, and like he kept it like because he didn't want the son to like grow up like
as the king for the
royalty
royalty
and
all
like
that.
have that all like hanging over him. And then at the very end is like, what's his name? And she's like, it's T'Challa, and she's like, oh my god, and she starts crying. So they basically made a new because like that's not a thing in the comics. Like he doesn't have a child in the comics with the exact same name, so there's like, oh, this is so like it's probably like this like 8-year-old's gonna
grow up,
run into a vortex and be like, I'm a jacked man now.
Also, that kid, insane. And this is about a minute 30. That kid, fucking adorable. Holy fucking shit, that kid is adorable.
Yes.
Anyways, but yeah, I think the movie's fine. It's probably a little too long. I don't know what you would cut, but it just feels long. I think because
like
Lupita Nyong'o.
The thing that I feel like people are talking about they want to cut is like the white people stuff. Like the stuff with, Ross.
I forget.
Ross and Seinfeld.
Yes, Ross and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have like a whole thing, and like I thought their stuff was fun.
I thought it was fun.
It definitely wasn't. It was needed.
It only cuts like 6 minutes, maybe.
That is
it's
fair,
not a lot.
Like,
it's not a lot.
When I've been reading up, it's like, why do we need these characters other than to?
That's true. Look, yes, they're the most MCU of the like. Hey, this connects to over there and over there.
But then there was a lot of like really long speeches about like, without him, what are we? It's like, it's sad, but like, let's just keep the ball rolling, please. Okay.
Anyways, I guess I don't know where they go from here. And again, I know we're not the biggest Marvel heads in this podcast, but it's still, I feel like this franchise is in a weird spot.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you do. And again, I think the movie's fine. The big star of the show, I think, is Namor. Like the actor who played him was great. I like the way they did their Aquaman, but not Aquaman. He's got little wings on his feet, and they made it not stupid as hell, which could absolutely have been the silliest shit in the fucking planet.
A lot of Namor in like old comics looks just awful,
just dumb, just the dumbest shit in the world.
He has the tightest, smallest shorts, and then little wings on his feet, and that is it. And it's like, this is not, and his character is always supposed to be like this, terrorist man who just like sings.
Yes.
That's not the. But they did a lot of work on the look and everything. And also, another thing that this movie does that like I feel like a lot of these types of movies do is like when they go to like, not Atlantis, that city looks horrible, right? Like it looks dark and bleak and like nonsense.
Are you talking about the one in Wakanda Forever?
Yeah, in Wakanda Forever.
I think that they made it realistic because it is on the bottom of the ocean, so it would have to be dark, but it didn't look
It didn't look.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of like what.
Bioluminescent coral is a thing.
That's true, but there wasn't even a lot of it. So.
but like at least with like Aquaman, they made the underwater place like, oh, this looks insane. But like at least like I can understand like how people can live here a little bit. But like with the one here, it's like, oh, this looks miserable.
Well, I mean, you're forgetting the fact that Aquaman had James Wan, that's why it's good.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Respect for the maker of Malignant 2021.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, I'm looking it up because I couldn't remember right off the bat. So if I get this wrong, I'm sorry. But also, like, they made the character like directly like there's an Aztec lineage directly there, and so like also their Atlantis looks more. Like it doesn't look like Future City. It's all like they play that, I don't know, again, the name of the game with the ball from the Road to El Dorado with the hoop and the ball goes through the thing.
Yeah.
So that stuff. Also, like, again, I get what they were going for, where they're like the kid, the child with no love. No amor. Namor. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I've never heard the word Namor said with such a Spanish.
Namor. Like no more. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess you could pronounce it that way. I've never thought about
also,
it like that.
Also, this is maybe the last point in this movie. His mom, the actress from La Llorona.
Oh,
that was the thing I
awesome.
noticed. I was like, I think that's her, and then I looked it up, and it's her.
That's
That's
nice.
good.
That's a good movie.
It is a good movie. Yeah, rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. All that to say, it's fine.
It is totally
Nice.
totally fine.
Yeah. Anyways, a movie that is not just fine, at least in my opinion. The Menu. A good friend, Rafe Fiennes, my personal friend, Rafe Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes. Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas HOult. When John Wayne goes on.
How Rafe Fiennes is in the audience. Rafe say it. Rafey. Oh no! Oh no!
The Menu, a bunch of weird, rich, foodie people go to this island to go to this restaurant for this extremely unique experience, this catered, specific experience. Anya Taylor-Joy is sort of an outsider, not a crazy rich person, but her boyfriend is. And she gets dragged to this island, and then fun ensues. The Menu is a little bit weird, you know? Taco Tuesday?
Very memorable taco night.
A very memorable taco night. Yeah, this movie's great. I loved it. I'm a big fan. I think Rafe, my good friend Rafe, has a bunch of energy and he kills it. Wonderful Nebraska shout outs in this one.
And then take it away. And then take it away just like that.
I mean, come on.
You think Anya would be from this dog?
Grand Island specifically.
My review on Letterboxd, the funniest thing was her saying she's from Nebraska and Rafe Fiennes saying he's from Iowa.
Yeah.
It's like everyone here looks like a Happy Meal toy.
So yeah, it's a fun time where like some bad stuff happens to these people because they're not very nice, and Rafe is he's got some things to say, and also
he's a real auteur, like my good friend James Cameron. James Cameron would do this, by the way. He would.
All right. Carrie, you've seen it twice now.
I did see it twice.
What do you think?
I went to see it today with my mom and my sister.
Oh, nice.
It's such a good movie. It's so fun. It's got such a great energy. The vibes are hilarious. And it just keeps doubling down on funny food stuff, but also class struggle funny stuff. And it's just, the characters are just unrelenting dickheads. It's just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It does do that balance very well of like humor and then also being like, hey, this is insane, by the way.
Yeah.
Very a little similar to another movie we'll talk about that talks about like, oh, this is insane. Like the amount of money you people have.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what it does I didn't expect is like, you know, the mystery of like why the weird stuff is happening goes about, and it like, oh, this all makes sense. Why everything is going the way it was. And it just feels very satisfying as things, you know, progress. And even though like a lot of stuff does feel like kind of like sad and like messed up, it still retains that like sense of humor it has, which is hard to balance, but it just does it so great.
Also, it looks great.
It's just a fun movie, and I cannot wait to see it again.
I like how it does the menu gimmick throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite.
It's good. It has. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but like the way the character arc for Nicholas Holt's character ends is phenomenal.
Right.
I love it
It's
so
good.
much. It's so good. It's great. It gives you everything that's advertised, and it's a good time. Not much else to say about it. Big fan. I don't know where it's high on my list of my favorites of the year.
Yeah. Same.
It shares a lot also with Triangle of Sadness, I guess, with the genre of rich people being bad and getting their
It
comeuppance.
seems to be a theme this year. If only that happened in real life.
Also, John Leguizamo, I feel, was just playing the actor John Leguizamo.
Yeah, and that adds up.
Like it was like he could have been.
I saw the movie Violent Night and it ruined everything.
I saw Moulin Rouge.
I saw The Pest, which is probably the actual movie that was even making fun
that was
of.
based off of.
Yeah. Anyways, The Fablemans. My good friend Steven Spielberg is back again this December with another movie that's probably not gonna make a lot of money.
Oh, whoa. It's crazy how a director who like literally everyone on the planet knows can regularly like make movies that not a single person sees.
Hey, I've been doing my work. I saw West Side Story last year,
And
I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch it again.
Well, who saw The Fablemans? Did you see The Fablemans?
I saw
We
it.
both saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan, what'd you think?
Also,
What is this? To also pitch it.
So basically, it is Steven Spielberg's life.
Oh.
It is about a young boy who grows up, mesmerized by cinema.
The movies.
And he just decides, like, hey, I want to, like, start making these things. And it starts with, him, making, like, little things with his friends and then his families. And then shortly doing, like, student things. And then finally, working in L business, as well as, like, having this passion, but then also dealing with, parents, fighting, and then, maybe they might get divorced, and then, moving to, like, a new town and, like, dealing with some very this movie is very long, and once it gets to like him moving, you're a lot of anti-Semitism. When you're like, ooh, I haven't heard that word in a while.
Right.
And you're like, oh boy, it is rough. But then, just a classic, Steven Spielberg, what you would assume his life would be, with Paul Dano playing his father. Very good. In
very
this
well
movie.
done. I love Paul Dano so much.
And then Michelle Williams playing his kind of like hysterical mom who has like some problems.
Really good job.
She will definitely be nominated for Best Actress for this. And then, the surprise Best Supporting Actor role at the end. And this is like kind of a mild spoiler. One of the movies that like he like grew up, Steven Spielberg's basically character, it was The Searchers. Is that his movie that he grew up loving? And towards the end, he's like, you want to meet the world's greatest filmmaker, and it's supposed to be John Ford, but it's played by you love him, David Lynch, in a surprise David Lynch acting role, and it is amazing.
It's so funny.
It's
worth the price of admission
alone, yes.
Just for the David Lynch cameo.
And like, what was fun about that is like, because I had read that he like had a surprise role in it, and like it was getting towards like the end of the movie, and I was like, did I like miss it? And then like it was like, and then like the guy's like, how would you like to meet the greatest film director of all time? And I was like, I think I know who they got to play this guy. And it is absolutely incredible. And like, it is David Lynch, like, that's just fun. But like, also that scene is really good and like a great way to like finish off the movie.
Right.
Just like in general. And like, it is a movie. So like, I think it's a very well-made thing. I think it's very good. All the performances and like the story and like cinematography, but it is also like, yeah, it's a movie. I love cinema too, but like, come on now. And so it has that like Oscars feeling, but like it is like just very good.
It's good.
Yeah. Do you feel the same, Karen?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really charming and really, I don't know. I don't go in for that kind of movie a lot, but I feel like it had enough, because, you know, if you just hear Steven Spielberg made an autobiographical movie about him growing up making movies, you're like, all right, well, this is going to be corny as hell and boring and stupid.
You mean, like, I immediately know exactly what this is going to
but
be.
It has, I feel like it has a lot more departures from that, just with some of the inner turmoil of his family and him trying to deal with his life falling apart, and then like always finding an anchor with cinema and making movies and having that passion, but having pushback from his father being like, that's a hobby, blah.
Yeah, that classic thing.
Yeah. So I as someone who likes movies as well, I was just like, you know what? I get it, man.
I watch a cinema or two now and again.
And there was once their family winds up moving and he goes to the new school where he's experiencing a lot of school problems, there's some really amazing scenes with him and another character who is his girlfriend for a little bit, and she is probably the best part of the movie.
She is crazy.
She's so
that
funny.
character is so strange.
So fucking funny. I love Paul Dano, and I thought Michelle Williams was amazing, but as far as like side characters, she was the best.
Yeah, she was certainly entertaining.
It's so funny.
Although I do really love like not like he has like two main bully characters. One like is like the lead like cool guy of the school, and then one is like the psycho.
Yeah, like the wormy little scary
the one who would like eat your ear for on a dare or something like that. But like, there's a really like interesting scene with like the lead bully, and
that scene was really good.
Very Steven Spielberg towards the end, where like they're just both breaking down like alone in the school. It's like, Jesus Christ, that is cinema right there. That is cinema. You know what? I can almost forgive Steven Spielberg for making Ready Player One after watching this. Almost.
I don't know about that one. I'm not ready for all that.
That's fair.
This feels like a movie that's going to get nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah,
it 100% will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will
anyone see it?
Probably once it's
I'd
nominated.
see it again.
I'd see it again. Good. Yeah. Well, like I mean, like people.
No.
No. I mean, like normal people who don't have a stupid movie podcast. But yeah, Failman's very good. It is a movie though.
Okay.
But I would recommend it. It'll probably be nominated for Best Picture, and there's definitely a lot of best performance stuff in here too. That's probably going to be very well deserved. Michelle Williams will probably win for this, I think, because she goes places. I don't really know what the other...
Yeah, I haven't really been thinking about...
Yeah, I was going to say, side question, do we think Everything Everywhere All at Once makes it?
In a good world, it should at least get...
Yeah,
I feel like it's not a hot year, so I don't see why not.
I feel like it has a good chance. I don't see why it wouldn't, but...
I think it has a chance, but I don't know if it'll...
I don't trust the Oscars
I think
ever.
It's too... I think in a good world, it'll get nominated, but I think it's too wacky... to win
I think our reality is it will like sweep the Golden Globes or something.
Oh, I mean, I hope. But yeah, I think
and then
maybe,
the Oscars would be like, "What is that?"
I think maybe they'll win like Best Directors.
Yeah,
or something,
or like editing or something.
Yeah,
like
a technical award.
Yeah, I don't think there even is an editing award. Yeah,
they are, but they give. I think they gave those out like not.
I think they said
they're gonna present every award on the air this year.
Crazy, right?
Guillermo del Toro finally fucking okay.
Yeah. So I could see it doing that because we haven't. Well, never mind. Well, what do you think Top Gun's chances are? Because I'm trying to think of what the technical awards always go to, and it's always like the airplane movie or the war movie.
I think Top Gun is gonna win a lot of technical awards because kind of has to, just because it's a technical movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it gets anything else.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch. It's coming back to theaters for December.
Oh, boy.
I still don't own it.
I feel like if I'm gonna watch it, I should watch it in the theater because I feel like if I watch it at home, I'm just gonna be like, well, that was lame.
Wait, so you've seen it already though, right, Carrie?
The new one, no.
Really? I thought you did.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Carrie and I are
then
the
you had
two
watched it in a
people
movie theater
in the world who have not seen Top Gun Maverick somehow.
That's good.
Oops.
But yeah, I'd watch it in a movie theater. Anyways. Bones and all, Luca Guadagnino is back, baby. Timothy Chalamet and Taylor Russell, who I'm not familiar with, actually.
She's been in a few horror things I think we've all seen.
Hold on. I recognized her from something, but I can't remember what it was.
So these people are vampires.
I want to say that she's in Escape Room.
That sounds right. I think I've seen her face.
Okay.
That sounds right.
There was something else that I recognized her from, though. I accidentally clicked on Luca Guadagnino's name, and I was like, she was in Suspiria? And I was like, oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, she was in Waves.
I never saw Waves.
That movie is intense.
Okay.
I had to take a break in the middle of that movie,
Wow.
and I never have to take a break in the middle of a movie.
Wow, okay. Well, Bones and all, vampires.
No
right?
cannibals?
Nope.
Cannibals.
Cannibals.
Oh, okay. That's less cool.
Excuse me?
Well,
You're talking to the person who's watched Hannibal on repeat 18 times.
We don't need another fucking vampire movie.
That's
all
true
I gotta
also.
say.
anyways, who's seen this?
I saw it.
All right, Carrie.
Watched it.
I was interested in the idea, but I just couldn't.
I might still, because
If you don't like Timothy Chalamet, you should not watch this movie.
that was the thing.
Because there's not much playing in theaters right now. So that's why I was
it's
like,
really good, but Timothy Chalamet plays a very Timothy Chalamet-esque character.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
but I was also, while I was watching this movie, I was like, I'm so glad I wasn't born 7 years later, because I would be so obsessed with this man. But yeah, basically, this girl and her father live in a smaller town. They live in a trailer, and she goes to this party and winds up attacking one of the girls there. And you're like, oh my god, what is this? But then it becomes clear that this is a thing that has been happening for her whole life. And so her and her dad go on the run, but then her dad is like, I can't keep doing this, you're on your own. So she's a cannibal out in the world, and she finds out that she's not the only one. There's, they call themselves eaters all over the world. And she gets introduced to this one guy.
question real quick from the crowd here. The reason I thought it's a vampire is they're like cannibals, but they're it's like a need, they need.
It's like a
yeah,
feed
exactly. That's
urge
why.
thing. Yeah, it's more of it is very vampirism-esque, but it's eating people, not just drinking their blood. But so it turns into pretty much, it was described as a road odyssey, and I really like that descriptor. So it's just her trying to find her birth mother and encountering all of these weird scenarios, weird people, weird other cannibals along the way. One of them being Timothy Chalamet.
And it's good?
It's really good. It's one of those movies that I'm hesitant to recommend to people because I'm like, I think this just might be really specific and niche for me.
Okay.
But it's really brutal at parts when it goes into the cannibal violence, but it's also super tender and nice and interesting. It evoked. Did either of you watch American Honey?
I did not.
It reminded me of that movie a lot. It had similar vibes.
It
being
seemed
on the
it
road, being in young.
Even though I've not seen that, it did feel like that the way you were describing it.
But yeah, so it's basically just them going. She meets up with Timothy Chalamet, and they kind of pair up, and then it's just them going across the country. Another Nebraska shout out in this movie. It was really funny because they were like, it's like, Nebraska, we're in Nebraska now, and it immediately cuts to a big shot with mountains in the background, and I'm like, all right. But yeah, I would recommend, it's a fun movie. I think it was really, really nice. If you're a fan of Luca's other work, you might enjoy this. If you're a fan of cannibal romance road trip movies, then I'd say.
See, I like all that, but I really do not like Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Apparently Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the soundtrack?
Music is awesome.
Okay.
Good music. Very good music. And yeah, Timothy Chalamet is Chalamet in
that
it
guy.
Yeah. But I don't mind him that much. He just seems kind of like a goon, but it makes sense in this movie.
Okay.
But
all right. Well, that's Bones
like
and
it a
all.
lot.
I might watch it tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling. Apparently cannibals. That's cool. That's what I gotta say. Anyways. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery is finally here, baby. The follow-up to the 2018, 2019?
2019.
Because it was right before the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Hit Knives Out, Netflix exclusive, but it got a small theatrical run where you saw it. Both of you. Carrie,
Like one day.
Carrie, a massive Knives Out fan.
True.
Huge Knives Out fan. Knives Out, a phenomenal movie, also.
True.
Just in general. So a lot to live up to. Carrie, not spoiler, because a lot of people haven't seen this. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Most of the world hasn't seen it, actually.
Mhm.
This is an exclusive.
Carrie, what'd you think of this?
I thought it was pretty fun. I think in terms of it doesn't feel as like there's a lot of feelings of genuineness and specialness that I feel from Knives Out, the first one, and I don't really get that here, and there's a lot of like it feels like this is a big budget sequel kind of stuff where it's like we're in a bigger place with more gimmicks and weirder set pieces and crazy jokes, but also because that when you hear that it sounds kind of like, oh, that sounds kind of cringe and stupid, but it fits thematically in my opinion with the cast of characters that we're working with and the world that they inhabit, and I just like it. But basic story thing is that there's this billionaire tech guy who sends out these elaborate invites to his circle of
very spot on Elon Musk, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
But like before like this was filmed.
Yeah, it's almost like a godsend that it came out when it did while Twitter was melting.
Yes.
But he sends out these invites to his close-knit circle of other like overly rich friends to come to his island to play his murder mystery game, and when they get there, Benoit Blanc has also been invited, and they're like, all right, well, let's go to this island.
Huh. Okay. Gotcha.
It's pretty fun.
Okay. So it's a little more of it's already kind of a game mystery clue whodunit. Like already, like the format's already, the story provides the format for a clue sort of game. Whereas like the first one was like a family dispute sort of deal.
Yeah, this is more murder mystery party.
Okay.
Yes.
Murder mystery party that goes weird.
Okay.
It's a little wacky.
Yeah.
But I think my main thing with this is I think what was so great about the original Knives Out. I love this movie a lot. I think it's very well written and well executed with how it unravels. But like the cast doesn't feel as fun.
No.
I think just because there's something about like a group of like whiny old money people. Like, I want my money.
Yeah.
So when they get screwed over, it's like, oh, that's pretty good actually. But these are all, like rich people, a lot of idiots, and like they all have like their funny moments, but they just don't hit as hard, and that's like my main like thing with this movie. But like this movie sets itself up like without you realizing it's setting stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're just like watching a movie, and then as like things happen, you're like, oh Jesus Christ!
It's like
what the hell?
It's a completely different direction than the first one in terms of like how everything unravels and is solved. And I thought that was really cool and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Question from the Peanut Gallery again. So the Knives Out was a movie where Benoit Blanc was a big character, but it was Marta's story. Do we have a character in this movie who we see the movie through, like our central character, or is it just like it's a Knives Out movie? Here's Daniel Craig.
For most of the movie, it is Benoit Blanc, and that's a fun shift in perspective. But as things go along, some perspective stuff does shift.
Yeah,
I don't want to get too into that because that is part of
the reveal.
The reveal.
Okay,
but for the most part, you are following Benoit Blanc.
Okay.
Exploring this weird rich island and all the
him
nonsense.
Trying to figure out what's going on and why he's there.
Okay. And a lot of him being like, what is that? And it's like, it's a glass onion. Why?
All right.
A lot of him being amazed by like the nonsense rich stuff that's on this island, which is very fun.
Yeah, and Daniel Craig just hits it out of the fucking park whenever he does Benoit Blanc, so it's just gonna be great no matter what.
It's so nice that like he has a role that he likes doing because he's such a nice guy. He seems like he's having so much fun with this role. And you can tell that like he really hates being James Bond,
right?
When you're comparing this, so yeah, I was hesitant on this, but like, although it didn't like reach like the first one, it's still very good, and I'm very excited to watch it again.
Yes,
and I just want 1,000 of these movies
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Daniel Craig and Rian Johnson coming back.
Yeah, it's definitely one that feels like it'll benefit from a rewatch.
Okay.
Because it's like that's what was going on kind of thing.
So a question I have. This is unrelated to the movie, by the way. So Rian Johnson and Daniel Craig are going to be at the Game Awards.
Oh.
And Jeff Keighley says there's a reason.
Oh no.
I heard there's Among Us in this movie.
Oh.
There's an Among Us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they gonna make it? Are they gonna do? Do you think they're gonna do a Knives Out? Blanc?
That would be really
Among-
fun.
That would be very
Among
funny.
Us
I would finally buy Among Us if that was the
Among
case
Us.
or whatever.
Anyways.
But yeah,
There's like a running bit that Blanc is like really bad
Among Us.
at like anything that you would think like, oh, you're such a good at
Detective.
solving mysteries. You would be great at Among Us. You would be great at Clue. He's like, I hate those games. Those are stupid games and they make no damn sense.
Okay.
It's so funny.
Very good.
All right. Well, that's the movies in November, folks. Got some stuff there. I don't know. December. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. Also the end of the year. The end of the year. Usually where you get a lot of the Academy Award big hitters. And I think there are definitely some here, but I feel like there's maybe less than usual.
It's always a weird thing because you kind of like don't know that they're the Academy Award
Also
movies
that-
until like the
Until,
stuff.
yeah.
Like I've heard a lot about this movie called After Sun.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard about
yeah.
that too.
And
I have no
that's-
idea when that's coming out.
I think it's screening this week here, so I might try to see that. And then there was something else, but I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, it's always a weird time. But also this December is just being eaten up by a certain movie on this list.
Yeah.
I feel.
Violent Night. Anyways, Violent Night. David Harbour. He is Santa Claus. Haha.
And this time he's pissed.
And he's angry. John Leguizamo is here, and he's not very nice. Yeah, this is sort of an action
bit of
movie.
a Scrooge, if you have. A bit of a Grinch. A bit of a Nutcracker.
So yeah, this is a violent action movie. David Harbour as Santa Claus, where he's rescuing a very very shitty rich family, but they have a really nice little girl, and he's got to save them. And then maybe we learn something about Christmas along the way. We've already seen it. I've seen it. Ryan, have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Yeah, we've already seen it.
Did I see it with you?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Anyways, The Eternal Daughter. That's what that's.
This is Tilda.
This is a new Tilda Swinton movie
Can't
from
believe it.
Joanna Hogg of The Souvenir Part 1 and 2.
Mm.
Is this a streaming thing or is this a
It's
theatrical?
playing in some theaters, but I doubt we'll get it here. 'Cause I
Okay.
think it like just started playing in some theaters. But I mean, they might be playing it at film streams. I haven't checked.
Okay.
But it is available to rent, but it's still $20.
Mm.
But it's a ghost movie, I think, where it's another Tilda Swinton movie where she's playing two roles, and she seems to be playing like her mother and her both at the same time, and they go to this house, and it seems to be like a gothic-y, ghosty, what's going on kind of thing. It looks fantastic.
I like this.
Yeah, I've heard this seems very interesting.
I'm very excited.
Is this A24? Oh, huh.
Yeah. So
Well, this looks great. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, baby.
That's great. Okay, I wrote this down because I wasn't sure if it's out already, and if it's out already, I should probably fucking watch it. Is Pinocchio out?
It's coming on Netflix, I think, this Friday. as of
Okay,
recording.
great.
They're playing
And-
it at Alamo too.
And
apparently.
there are some screenings too.
Because I thought they were gonna do the Glass Onion bit, because this had like a screening earlier, but it was also getting small. So I thought that was it, and then Netflix. But if apparently it's coming in Alamo, that's great. I'll watch it there.
I've
Fantastic.
heard nothing but good things
Fantastic. I love that Guillermo guy. He's pretty crazy and fun. He's a good guy. Well, he show up at the Game Awards tomorrow.
Ooh, maybe. I'd like that.
Kojima's in town. He's probably going to show his new stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see. Is Pinocchio going to be in the new Death Stranding? Death Stranding 2. We'll find out. Woodman. Lie Man. I don't know. Empire of Light. I know what this is, but I can't remember right now.
It's the new Sam Mendes movie.
Oh, so
About
that's good.
people who like own a cinema, it seems.
Yes.
It's got Olivia Colman.
Yes, okay, yes.
This is
Yep,
this
I've
is
seen
an Oscar.
This is an Oscar movie.
This is the one.
45% on Rotten Tomatoes, though.
Oofa.
Mm. Now that's an Oscars movie right there.
This is the one, I don't remember what we were seeing, Ryan, but the trailer just opens with Toby Jones going, film.
And now every time we see that trailer, it's like, film. It's very good.
Olivia Colman, though.
I love Olivia Colman.
Sam Mendes.
It's just like the pause he does after. It's like, film.
The movies.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I thought the trailer. I didn't like the trailer of it, so I don't know. I like Olivia Colman.
I love Olivia Colman.
But-
I like movie theaters.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Carrie wrote down Another Night at the Museum movie. Apparently, is this an
it was on
animated
the
one?
list.
I looked this up. It's a Disney Plus animated film.
Called it.
But it's a sequel to the last one, and it's following
The Sun.
the sun.
Yeah.
But it's animated.
Right.
I don't know. Everything Disney puts on Disney Plus that's not a Star Wars or a Marvel, like, I'm so confused by.
Yeah, there's random shit. in there.
Like, why?
Elton
why-
John?
why-
Here's Elton John.
Yeah, why do we have an animated Night at the Museum movie? I'm so confused.
I need content. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is finally coming out. Finally. I mean, it looks nice, but
in like the Shrek renaissance that we've had the last few years.
I don't know if we've had. I was going to say been Shrekless.
I know, but like the internet has been like just growing like obsessed with Shrek.
I feel like it died down a bit, but I don't know.
I don't know. We had Shrek the musical. People liked that.
But like,
Your point?
I'm just like, does our man Shrek appear?
Oh, setting up the next Shrek
Next
movie.
Shrek movie.
I would love that.
Yeah,
It's time for more Shrek.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Especially if it's like, if it does because this Puss in Boots movie, it doesn't look just like a 3D, like it's doing some stuff.
Yeah, no, it's doing some stuff. DreamWorks and like this became apparent in DreamWorks, like last movie, like
The Bad Guys, yeah.
like, it had like a very different art. I think Spider-Verse,
Spider-Verse,
made
yeah,
people
opened the
realize,
doors, like
oh, we should probably just not do the same art style for every single
Yeah.
movie. We should probably like give things color.
So if we do
Yeah,
Shrek with a new look, I'm down with that.
That'd be cool.
A
I'd
cool
love that.
Shrek. This isn't your grandpa's Shrek.
Yeah.
This isn't my Shrek. This is a new Shrek. Anyways, yeah, I'd love Shrek to come back. It's been too long. That's what I gotta say. Babylon. What's this?
This is the new Whiplash La La Land
Damien
guy.
Chazelle
Yeah.
with Margot Robbie and the
This-
trailer's like.
Yeah, this trailer feels like you're being assaulted by a marching
I have
band.
not seen this.
And they're all just like cracked out of their minds.
Yeah. So Margot Robbie's like, who wants to see me fight a snake? And then Brad Pitt's like, hell yeah!
Huh.
It looks wild, but I'm also worried it might be a little too like.
I think it looks kind of bad.
3 hours
Yeah.
and 9
I'm
minutes.
gonna be honest.
Oh.
I think it looks bad.
Yeah, it looks wild, and that's all I can like. I don't know what kind of wild. Like, oh, that looks wild. Like, oh, that looks wild,
Yeah.
man.
It's got Tobey Maguire.
I'm not sure. It does have toads.
That's
in
true.
It, so
You know
that's
what?
good.
I'm in.
Yeah. I'll probably see how people are responding to it, and then I'll decide if I'll see it. But I don't know. Like Whiplash and La La Land are very good movies and like very good direction. But then like no one watched First Man.
I fell asleep. I tried to
Yeah.
watch it.
So like it's fun that he's like going back to something more like musical and like wild, but it's also like, oh, I think you may have done a little too much of the nose candy there, my friend.
Remember Amsterdam?
No.
Yeah.
Thankfully not.
I was thinking about Margot Robbie being very
Right.
extra.
I did a Lady with the Brick one time.
Well, Babylon. Let's see how that goes. I Want to Dance with Somebody. I assume this is a Whitney Houston biopic movie.
From the writer of Bohemian Rhapsody, according to the trailer.
Okay.
We fed an AI 1,000 Bohemian Rhapsody book scripts, and it made this.
Well, I hope it's good to the legacy of Whitney Houston. We'll see how that goes.
I hope the movie is just the movie The Bodyguard.
That's fine.
Women Talking. This looked good.
You want to hear my joke? Women talking. What is this? A horror picture? That's my joke I came up with. How do you like that for my new stand-up special? For my tight five.
I don't know what kind of comedy club you're going to go to where everyone's going to be like, oh yes, the upcoming film Women Talking.
He's really making some bold thoughts on that movie. This guy.
So yeah, these women are like in a weird colony, and they're not treated very well. Probably sexually assaulted a lot. It seems like
now
it.
I feel very bad about my joke.
Wow, Brian. It is a horror movie for a lot of women, Brian.
It's got Frances McDormand in it.
It's true.
Oh, that's gonna be a sad movie.
Yeah, this looks good. I want to see this. This is good.
Probably check it out.
Yeah, looks not fun, maybe,
Yeah.
but we'll see. I don't know what White Noise is though.
The new Noah Baumbach movie.
Starring our man Adam Driver, and he looks rough.
It looks
so
insane.
it's gonna be great. This is having it's gonna be a Netflix movie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's gonna come out at the very end of the year on Netflix.
Get a
But
Gerwig.
there's gonna be like a few theatrical stuff, and I think I might try to see it.
Also playing at the Alamo this weekend.
I might try
I'm
to
trying to
see it
figure out.
then.
They're playing that, Pinocchio, and After Sun this weekend, and I'm like,
Ooh.
I don't have enough time, and you don't play it late enough.
Yeah.
I might need to try to see some of those things. But I've heard that White Noise isn't like, it's not like Marriage Droid levels, but I love seeing Adam Driver be
Okay.
weird, so I'm gonna have a fun time regardless.
Netflix, makers of a lot of motion pictures nowadays, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Remember back when there was a whole thing that was like, you guys can't have movies
Yeah.
nominated for the Oscars, you're Netflix. And now like
Now they make the most Oscar
now they
bait.
dominate on it.
Yeah.
Everything.
Avatar, The Way of Water.
It's finally here.
It's
people.
finally here. There hasn't
People
been
have
reviews.
People have seen it.
People have seen it, but people have given social media impressions, not formal reviews just yet.
And it's just been like
People
wow.
like it a lot.
People have been like, never doubt James Cameron. And I think, as I said earlier, I'll be sitting there like,
Haterade, sipping on that haterade.
yeah. I don't like how wet this movie is. Too much water.
Too much water, yeah, I was going to say.
Blech.
Blech.
I have no expectations. I'm going to watch it.
Is anyone going to rewatch Avatar before this?
I should, because I don't remember a damn
Nothing
thing.
happens is the thing.
That's also true.
Nothing happens in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone want to rewatch the movie Pinocchio? Pocahontas. That's what Avatar basically was.
It's also Dances with the Wolves. Dances with the Wolves is pretty good. So I don't know. I might watch the extended version. Is the extended version on Disney Plus or is it the theatrical version?
Extended version?
It's
Yeah.
probably the extended version. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm getting so tired of, like, first off, it's all like these film bros who are like, never doubt, I know I'm going to see this movie.
Yeah, it is.
18
David,
times.
what's his fucking face?
Yeah. And then,
Oh, the one IndieWire guy?
Yeah, the IndieWire
Yeah.
guy. He
I
loves
muted
it.
that guy.
and then James Cameron just getting like full, like egotistical.
I need to
too.
see some of these press interviews. I haven't seen any of them yet.
The one I read today was people like, it's a 3.5 hour or whatever movie. Or what are people like going to the bathroom? It's like, they can go to the bathroom whenever they want because they're going to see the movie again. So they'll see the scenes that they missed. And it's like, whoa, dude, you got some. If I had a fraction of like the confidence that James Cameron has, I would be unstoppable. I would be bulletproof.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's politically. Now, it's interesting because Disney has not had a great rep with 20th century releases, right?
Yeah.
Like they've kind of been sent out to die. And this is the movie.
Yeah,
not only that, but like
basically why they
bought them.
Other than, getting the rest of the Marvel
Yeah,
stuff.
because they want it because also like again the Disney theme parks are like the Avatar ride is one of the biggest, like the most popular rides in years.
Mhm.
This is the one. So
Yeah.
and also it's a big bet. James Cameron hasn't lost yet. So I'm
It's
just
a big bet. He already has the third movie done.
Oh, is it done?
It's basically done.
Jesus.
And then he's already worked on like the fourth and the fifth. But like if he I think he said like, depending on how this movie does, if he continues working on those, will be if this movie does well or not.
Okay, because if 3's done, then it'll come out.
But it's also like for this movie to do well, it has to make $2 billion.
like what's the do we know what's the budget? I'm gonna look up if I
Well,
can
the
find it.
budget's also weird just because like he's also like filming other stuff at the same time, and they had to do more inventing new technology. To make
Right,
this
so you have to
movie.
invest in the tech.
And they've been filming this movie since 2017. So it's just like...
So it's 250 million. Is probably more like... Probably closer to 300 something.
Yeah.
Because of how long. We'll see.
We'll see.
I want him to make a good story, James.
I'm gonna...
The first one was not good. The story was not great.
Yeah.
Make a good story. Don't just make a fucking NVIDIA graphics card tech demo. Like I want a movie.
Is that why all of these film people they don't play video games? So they're like, "Whoa, you made this?" It's like, bitch, play Death Stranding. That's got way more weird stuff than this.
So we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I have no expectations. I'm gonna watch it. When we saw Dread in 3D, I know 3D is pretty good nowadays.
Yeah, 3D is good nowadays. Would have watched Dread 2010.
Yeah.
I will watch this in 3D. I doubt I'll see it more than once though, because I'm just.
It's a long movie,
I just have no enthusiasm for it. I want to watch other movies. I don't have time to watch a 4-hour Avatar.
But yeah, I don't recommend rewatching the first Avatar. Come on, unless it was the 3D version that I wanted to watch, but I got COVID. You know, so
yeah.
Anyways,
I forgot.
That's.
I had free tickets and I forgot. I had free tickets to see the movie and I forgot to see it. That's how little I care about Avatar.
Well, we'll see, folks. Until then, Ryan, where can people, if you did rewatch Avatar, where can people find that review of it?
They could go to letterboxd.com, film piece, see my thoughts. I think I texted you guys about this, but I rewatched the movie 8 Crazy Nights, Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. Check out my review there. I could talk about that movie for 3 hours, I think.
All right.
Because like I had it in my, because I was thinking about like holiday movies I watched as a kid, you know, and I know we're doing the end slate, but calm down, George. I was thinking about like movies I watched as a kid, like Christmas movies, and I was like, 8 Crazy Nights. Because I watched that like when it first came out, when I was like 8 or like 9.
Crazy Nights.
8 Crazy Nights. And I was like, that movie's 20 years old. I need to know how that has like, you know,
held up. And, you know, not great, as it turns out, but just like a lot of like fascinating stuff in there. Just like the most insane product placement I've ever seen in a movie. Weird for a PG-13, a lot of like weird sexual things, a lot of weird gross out things. Rob Schneider plays a very Chinese man. Ooh.
There's a very strange trans joke right in the middle of a song that like threw me for a loop. And then like there's a fun part where Adam Sandler's character plays basketball and he takes off his shirt and he's like jacked. And it's just a fascinating thing. I will say the animation does look like pretty solid. It reminds me of like classic like kids WB stuff from back in the day. But just a fascinating piece on that movie. So I recommend everyone go out and watch Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights, a movie that was supposed to be like the first like animated like Hanukkah movie. And then when you rewatch it, you're like, oh, this is very, very barely about Hanukkah, actually. You have people who celebrate Hanukkah and are Jewish, and that is the extent of the amount of Hanukkah that is in this movie. Anyways.
I was thinking about that movie recently. I thought they re-released it in 4K, but no.
8 Crazy Nights?
I thought I saw that. Anyways.
We really had to remaster those deer shitting themselves.
Carrie, where can folks find you?
You can find me on Letterboxd just by searching my first name, Carrie, Karrie. I did not review 8 Crazy Nights.
Don't watch Avatar.
Anything you watched recently that you were like, whoa?
Nope.
Oh, I bought Nope too. It's pretty good.
Did you get the Steelbook?
I did get the Steelbook.
Such
George
a
saw my
I saw it yesterday.
It's
good.
It's so nice.
It's gonna sit on my shelf for a long time.
Yeah. You know what I ordered today?
What?
Mad God Steelbook.
Ooh, hey. I gotta get a look at what that Steelbook looks like.
It's not as impressive as you might expect, but it's a Steelbook.
It is a Steelbook. They're pretty fun.
There will probably be some crazy edition that comes out later that I wind up buying. This feels like the first round.
You can find me at jcruzalvarez26. It's something I rewatched recently. I saw Scrooge for the first time.
Hey, that's my favorite. People usually don't like it very much.
I thought, I didn't like it very much.
I think it's got some fun stuff going on.
I think it's hilarious.
I saw the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Oh, me too. It's pretty good.
It's whatever.
It's pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
I like it as just like a Mantis and Drax do things.
We'll see. I don't know. I will see on Guardians 3. I saw the trailer and I feel like I'm not, again, we're not the number one Marvel podcast out there, but I feel like we are reaching peak the general public starting to not care about Marvel.
Yeah.
Because even Guardians 3, the trailer was like, that was fine. It didn't.
Yeah.
That's a Guardians movie, okay.
I guess it's just gonna be like them waiting until they.
It's got Cosmo. Love Cosmo.
Cosmo's
great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think Marvel's problem is like they destroyed everyone with too many shows because they released a new show like every month.
Everyone's fatigued. Like I don't even care about Ant-Man, and I like Ant-Man. I don't give a shit about Quantum Mania. Quantum, whoever cares? I don't give a fuck.
It comes out in February. That's very soon, and yeah, I feel like no one's really that.
Yeah.
It has Kang the Conqueror in it, who's like one of like the most like important like Marvel villains. Like,
is that who's played by the actor from Last Black Man in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody cares. It's weird times. It's fascinating.
Yeah, maybe don't release 1,000 TV shows. I don't know.
Blade's delayed.
Blade is delayed, unfortunately. That's one I was very excited for.
I was really excited for Blade.
Mahershala Ali killing vampires with a sword.
What if they just got Guillermo del Toro to do it again?
I mean,
that'd be cool.
I'd like that.
Yeah. Anyways, that's just an idea there for you, Marvel. Bob Iger, I know you're listening to this. Anyways, that's a podcast. Until next time, when we will probably have seen Avatar: The Way of Water. I'm excited. That's exciting to me. I'm bummed I won't be there the opening weekend because I will be out of the country, so I'll have to watch it after the world is already. I would have loved to see
blown away
the day of, but it is what it is. Anyways, until next time, I see you.